Welcome back to Chronicle Live, presented by Autotrader.com. Also, Giants pregame live. That'll come up tomorrow at noon. Greg Papa with you, and we have brought in Coach Ant. Is that what we're going to call you?
That's what we
Anthony?
call me, yeah.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic.
And you brought A.J. Chan along, who was actually the founder of Ant's Mind and Body. Now, tell our audience your story, Coach. You were a physical therapist and have been for many, many years in the Bay Area. You've been helping young athletes and doing it now today even more profoundly throughout the Bay Area. Right.
I was a physical therapist or an aide, doing both jobs at a clinic for about 20 years. And then I went into training athletes. I trained a coach. He came in the clinic, and I started talking to him about training his football team. He offered me a position at Contra Costa College, and that's how I started training athletes at the university level, a 2-year school.
Now, A.J., you were a football player at Piedmont High School. You're now playing at Wesleyan back on the East Coast. So you kind of made it more of a formal business for Coach now. So tell me what you're doing.
Well, you know, I started working with Coach Anthony when I was a senior in high school. And I had thought that I had known everything about training. I'd gone around the country and trained with some of the top coaches. And, you know, in that the first 2 weeks that I worked with Coach Ant, I'd seen gains and I'd seen things about myself that I'd never even noticed or realized. And, you know, over time after knowing Coach Ant, we'd started talking about, you know, how can we give back to the community? How can we help more kids? And one thing that we notice is in the Bay Area, there's a lot of talent, but kids don't end up graduating from college. They don't end up, you know, maximizing their abilities. So what we wanted to do was to be able to come up with some more of a structured program to be able to, you know, help kids not just athletically, but academically. And with this mental side that Coach Ant talks about, as far as, you know, reducing anxiety, increasing focus, that are applicable in anything that you can do.
Coach Ant, your methods are a little bit different. Now, eventually you do get out and you work as hard as anybody, but when they first get in the gym with you, it's legs crossed, a lot of deep breathing, a lot of meditating.
There's a lot of deep breathing exercises. We try to get the athletes centered by changing their breathing rates, which will change the brain waves down so they become a more receptive rate or mood to learn things. I want them to learn the movements that we're trying to teach and also some other mental things that go on.
All right, tell me about sports specific. So the workout that you would put A.J. through as a football player, you also work with people like Dior Lohan, who had a great career at the University of San Francisco, going to play in Europe this year, basketball player. Completely different. So how do you tailor the workout specifically for A.J. versus Dior?
Well, for a basketball player, I don't do the same volume of work. For basketball, we work more on explosive power, quickness, that sort of thing. For football, I will build a program where you build mass also. So you're doing higher volumes of work, like 10 and 12 sets versus 8 to 10 sets for basketball. The whole goal to get quicker and more explosive.
With football players, a lot of times they judge a guy on his hips. If he's tight-hipped or loose-hipped. Can you increase flexibility in that area where a football player can open up his hips and be quicker in that regard?
Right. We actually work on that type of thing. We not only do weight training, we take an athlete out on the field and teach them how to use their body more efficiently by doing lots of different movement skills. In the gym, we work on increasing hip mobility by doing these rushing exercises that I learned called the door of training.
And there's Dior Lohan, who's going to play in Belgium this year. It's not just, you know, people in college like A.J. and Dior and also Alexis Gray Lawson. Very, very young people are coming to you.
Right. We started them out as young as 10 years old. I have a graduated system. I modeled it after the European system of training athletes. So you start at 10, then you move into more advanced exercises as you go along, all the way up to elite level where we're doing multiple training sessions a day.
Yeah, I was reading where you're dealing with this young basketball player, Damon Harge, I guess.
Yes.
Ranked #1 among all 5th graders in the nation. So I didn't even know they ranked 10-year-olds in basketball. But the point is, I guess, young athletes in the Bay Area that really have a special quality are coming to you at a very young age to try to get more specifically fit for their sport.
Right. We're getting kids from around the country that come and spend the summer and train with us also. We get kids from prep schools. We recently started getting players from out of the country. We had some of the Japanese Olympic team come out and train with us.
So, A.J., if we got a youngster at home and we want to get him involved, people in the audience, how do we get involved with Coach Ant and get in the program?
Just check out the website, antmindandbody.com, and you know, just give us a call, shoot us an email. I mean, you know, I think Coach Ant has been known to train top elite level athletes. However, you know, the kids who start at a younger age are the ones who actually see the greater benefits because they're able to regain these motor skills and create better habits at a younger age, so as they get older, they're going to be able to be in more advanced levels.
And the cost is very low here. We're talking about $30 an hour. For years, you did this free of charge.
I did
for
a lot
people,
of it free. I've trained, had over 500 kids go to college, and most of them I trained for free as a service to the community.
Over on Telegraph Avenue, right in Oakland, 510-520-0634. Get on the website at antsmindandbody.com. Coach Ant, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Nice meeting you.
meeting
AJ, good luck this
Thank you.
season at Wesleyan. All right, the athletics of the city of San Jose have been more than patient with Major League Baseball and their Blue Ribbon Committee formed in March of 2009 to study the Oakland situation. Well, Lou Wolf and Chuck Reed have agreed to wait even longer. We will explain what the A's owner and the San Jose mayor agreed to today, next on Chronicle Live, presented by Autotrader.com.